The days of the old Sega Genesis. My very first system I ever. And Sonic the Hedgehog was huge back in the day. He was actually my first video game I ever played, and I love him so much dearly. It was just a fantastic game. Till one day, the Sega creators did a lot of coke, created this. We all remember this. But why are we talking about this right now? Because today, we're looking into one of the very fine kart racing games starting our one and only Blue Hedgehog. Now, when this game first was announced, I was thinking Mario Kart knockoff, Mario Kart knockoff. And comparisons to this to Mario Kart are inevitable, even if I do like it. So let's take a look at Sonic Racing's All Stars Transformed. Now you got, in single player, you got your 4 types of careers: World Tour, Single Race, Time Attack, and Grand Prix. In the maps, there's actually surprisingly a lot. I thought there would be very minimal, but there's actually a decent amount. And there's also difficulty levels, which is weird. And the character select is pretty, it's heavy with some Sonic from Sega favorites. And it's surprisingly, each character is different. They have all different stats, which I always thought was very weird. And I love the maps in this game. The maps are superb. They're beautifully designed. And this one that's based off the game Afterburner, I love a lot because I have Afterburner on my old Sega Genesis. This game was so fun. It was like one of my favorite games of all time.
3, 2, 1, go!
The racing's pretty standard. It's like Mario Kart. If you rev up your engine right, you'll have a boost in the beginning. But it's weird. This game really focuses on boosting, and the transforms during the race are very clean. Like, they're perfect. Even though some are worse than others and seem lazy compared to how Sonic's car actually transforms. But some just glow and they'll just turn into their new car, which I find a bit lazy. But it's still very nice. And it's very clean and quick. And also another thing that I like about this game, it really incorporates on drifting. I've never seen a kart racer actually focus on drifting so much. Like, if you don't drift in this game, you could easily lose in a heartbeat. Also, the power-ups in this game, they're pretty decent. But since it's a car racer, this does make or break a race. Like in most kart games, because power-ups, they can either kill you right when you're about to win or save your life so you can finish the finish line next. Also, after every race, it has a very unique, well, not very unique level up system, but it has one. After every, and it's not like an overall level up thing. It's each character has their own level, and the higher you get that character's level up, you can get mods that will change their performance. But it's kind of stupid to use them for Sonic because he does have the fastest car, I believe. There's also mini games you can do that are throughout the game, but they're not fun, but I like them because they are trying to it does change up how the game progresses, but they're kind of boring. And the only fun one that I found was the drift one, where you're just drifting all over the map trying to stay in between some lines and just continue. That was actually enjoyable. And the level design, oh, the level design is beautifully done. It's gorgeous. I love it. Like, every map just feels unique and well done, and time and thought was put into. And the music in the game is also pretty standout, but nothing like special. And during the map, sometimes you can have a lot of going on, like you're dodging meteors and stuff. Like, it's nice. Like, it just adds tension in the map besides, you know, dodging rockets from other players. And it just has a good feel. There's also this, I feel like it's a rip-off of this star from Mario Kart, but pretty much it just turns your car into a plane whenever, and it'll like makes you invincible and play your character's theme song. And oddly enough, Sonic's theme song is an Escape from the City. Also, some maps, not all maps, change through between after every lap, which adds new variety so you're not doing the same track over and over again. But if you do play the track a lot, you do know it's not random, it is set in place. So like lap 2 and lap 1 will be the same. There is a multiplayer, like I would expect. I mean, it's a racing game. What wouldn't have more? It's got 3 game types, but I haven't done the other 2, Lucky Dip and Arena, because I felt no need, because race seemed like the only major one. And you will be waiting a lot for multiplayer. Multiplayer doesn't, you don't find a lobby that fast. I think I waited 30 minutes. Also, the online matches seem a bit chaotic. Like, they're just insane, and it's not like as calming as single player would be. Like, it's a lot more tense, and if you lose, you do feel a bit frustrated at times. Also, there's not a whole lot of power-ups, and some of the power-ups require like this weird aiming, and it would be, and I wouldn't mind that. Like, it shows that you need some skill for the game, but they miss terribly. Like, you can't even tell where they come out, and some of the power-ups are just really lame, honestly. Like, if they had more variety, I think it would have been better, but the same lousy power-ups popping up does get annoying. Also, drifting is very heavily, and sometimes it's very wonky. Like, it just doesn't want to go your way, so that's also an issue with the game. And after each multiplayer map, there's like this vote system that most multiplayer games now nowadays, which is fine, but it doesn't, you don't get the map you don't, the map you have just doesn't work like the way you want. You never get it. Like, everyone just picks the same maps. Also, I thought funny about this game is that they have a character from Company of Heroes 2 in a tank, and I just think that's hysterical. I give them applause for even thinking of that. And it's just ridiculous to go from sub to tank to airplane. I mean, it just shows the creativity and the time like this game went into. And winning in multiplayer feels so satisfying. It's ridiculous. Well, that about wraps up our review for today. Sonic, now Sonic is all about Sonic. I did get the PC version, which was weird, and right now it's on sale for about $7 on Steam. I highly recommend you get it. It's very fun. You'll put a lot of time into it. It's not the best. It's not perfect, but it runs very smooth, and it's just an overall good game.